All right, how are y'all doing tonight? Well, today I did a little bit of everything. I mowed the yard, weed eat it, straightened up the yard, cut some limbs, had my daughter helping me a little bit. Went out swimming in the lake, and did some chores around the house that I had to get done. Right now it's raining out there, so I'm waiting on the rain to see what I'm going to do because I got to cook some food and stuff. We're celebrating our 4th of July tonight, to shoot fireworks off and stuff because I got my daughter, and her mom's going to have her tomorrow, which is on the actual 4th of July. So we celebrate ours a little early, but it'll kind of go into, tomorrow. But, we all need to, say some prayers for this country, and think about the men and women that has sacrificed so much to give us the freedoms that we enjoy today, that we have. I know a lot of times that, with life, everything's so fast paced, you don't, pay attention or take the time to think about it. I asked my daughter today, just, see what she would say. I asked her, I said, Kaylee, what do you, when you think of 4th of July, what do you think? What do you think about that? She says, Daddy, I think about freedom. And I was like, it's pretty good, pretty good. But I love this country, to all the men and women out there, that has sacrificed so much, we love you. We appreciate everything you did for us and everything you did for this country, and to allow us to enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy today. Say prayers for the soldiers that we've lost in the past. Say prayers for the current soldiers, and for the men and women that's, lost legs and arms and in wheelchairs and stuff like that. We really appreciate it. A lot of people don't tell the veterans that we love them, and we really appreciate what they did for us. So if you've served in the military, or if you currently serve, or you're retired, or things like that, we really appreciate it, and thank you very much for what you did for our country. We really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Also, the forefathers. I think about George Washington. I think about all the presidents in the past. They came up, back in the old days when they came up with the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and all that. It takes a real smart person to come up. You really think about it, that Constitution and then Bill of Rights, man, it took guys that were unbelievable to make a document like that, and to put so much thought into it. It's a special person that can do that. And I also want to say, our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, that was based on Christian beliefs. Anybody that tells you different is full of it. That was founded on Christian beliefs, which is what this country was founded on. And what's crazy today, you see people, and they'll go around and, a reporter will go around and ask, a college student, how many stars are on the American flag, and they can't even tell you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that people doesn't know stuff like that, or who do we have to fight against, for our independence, and who do we fight against? And they can't tell you. It's the weirdest thing ever, and I'm like, you're American and you don't know this stuff, and so I just want to say thank you to everybody out there. I hope everybody has a beautiful 4th of July. Be careful with them fireworks. Be careful with them children around your fireworks. Also, be careful on the roads. There's a lot of people, traveling, and people, of course, on 4th of July likes to drink. So be careful. If you're going to take a drink, call you a cab or call a buddy. Also, too, if you're on the roads, be careful, because there's people on the roads that don't care that's drinking. But today means a lot to me. 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays of the year. And today I put up a new flag, a huge flag, y'all. Y'all ought to see this flag. I put a huge flag on the pole out there. Our old flag, we'll have to get rid of it. it's torn on the ends of it. So definitely my mom was like, I got a new flag right here. You need to take that one down. It was a pain because the way my pole works on the flag, it's a pain to get to it. I don't have the ones with the, you know, the rope that you let the flag down. I wish I had that kind. Mine's like a telescopic pole that you have to turn and then it comes down. It comes down in sections, but it's a pain in the tail. But I got that flag flying, and I'll tell you what, when I see that flag flying and whipping, and out here we always get a lot of wind where I live, man, when you see that flag popping and whipping right there, and you see them colors, ain't nothing beautiful than that. And around here where I live, everybody has American flags flying on this lake. Everybody's got a flagpole. So you can just look around the lake and see all the flags, you know, American flags. And, you know, as American people, we need to unite, and we need to stay united. And don't let who we got in office right now. I hate to talk a little politics, but it's true. We need to unite and remember that we are Americans, and we do control what goes on in this country, and they work for us. But I tell you what, 4th of July is one of my favorites. And not just, you know, not when I was a kid, 4th of July, it was, you know, the fireworks and, you know, and watching I used to watch the parade in Bartow. They'd have the 4th of July parade, and you get to see the veterans and the soldiers and stuff with their military, you know, Hummers and all the equipment and stuff and the helicopters. I used to do that. My dad took me up there, the fairgrounds, one time in a little town I live in used to live in called Bartow. That's where I'm from. When I was a kid, I was so into military stuff. I loved it. I loved talking to a guy that was, you know, a military guy, an Army guy, or a Marine, or a Navy guy, or any of them guys, you know, Air Force. I was so interested in military stuff, you know. I was really interested in it when I was a little kid. And even as I got older, you know, I still, as a teenager, I always looked up to them guys. That's, you know, if you're going to look up to somebody, and this is how I feel, if you're going to look up to somebody as a kid, and you want your kids to grow up as, them are the ones that are role models. Them American soldiers, y'all are role models. You know, and I've got people that I look up to. I look up to Mark Hatfield. I look up to Waterbug. You know, David Jones. Ex-military guys are, you know, once you're in the military, you're always a military member. But I say, you know, military guys. But I want to thank them for their service. And they're good role models for me. I'm a grown man, but they're still older than me, and I look up to them. Them guys tell the truth, and they stand for what's right. But I tell you what, you know, we'll have fun. 4th of July, you know, it's a great time. And just remember to say some prayers and think about it. Just sit quietly and just think. You know, like right now, I'm by myself in the man cave, and just reminiscing and thinking about what our men and women had to go through so we can enjoy the freedom that we have today. You know, and Lord, it means so much. It means so much. You know, you really don't understand how much freedoms we got until you lose them. And there is people trying to take them. But we're not going to settle for that, y'all. We're not going to have that. We'll fight tooth and nail to keep what freedoms we got. But, you know, and you think about George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and some of the great men of back in the day, you know, and what they had to go through and the things they had to endure. It's just unbelievable that we had men. To me, our forefathers back then were true men. Them were true men. You know, when it was time to fight a war and to fight for this country and to do things that they probably didn't want to do, but they had to do. They had to leave their farms. They had to leave their land. They had to leave their wives, their children, their family to go fight a war, you know, to make sure that they can that they can keep the freedom that they have, and also for the future of us. But I tell you what, it makes you feel real good knowing that you got a bloodline of Americans that stand up for what's right, and will be willing to fight for it and even die for it. And you know, I just think about all the soldiers and the people that's give so much. It means a heck of a lot to me. Now, some people it doesn't mean a lot to them, and them the type of people that don't love our country. I love our country, you know, and I love the American flag. When I see it, I love it. You know, it means a lot to me. You know, when I see an eagle, it means a lot to me. I see, like down here where I live, y'all, we see ospreys. And ospreys, if you look at them from far away, they kind of look like an eagle, but they got like black that comes across their eyes like this. And that's how you can tell the difference between a bald eagle and then an osprey. We have a lot of ospreys. But every once in a while down here, you know, I've seen, you know, the real bald eagle. And when I see that, I'm like, man, you know, that reminds me, you know, about our freedoms and stuff and how good this country is. I love this country with everything in my heart, you know, and I hate to feel sappy. You know, but it's true, you know. I love this. I bleed red, white, and blue, you know, and I stand for what's right. All this stuff going on in our country, and y'all hear about it. Y'all hear about it on the fake news. You hear about it on the Right Side News and Newsmax. There's so many freaking news companies. You don't know who to believe and who not to believe. You know what I mean? Who to believe and who not to. It's unbelievable. But, you know, just have fun with your family. Enjoy your family. Spend time. But take a minute to really think about it. To really think about the men and women that sacrificed so much that's no longer here. And then the ones that are here, that's fought in wars, you know, Korean War, you know, Second World War, Vietnam, you know, all of them, all of the wars, you know. And to me, every time I meet a military, you know, veteran, it means so much to listen to them and to hear their, you know, the way they seen it, you know. It's almost like that Jamie Johnson song, Seen It in Color, you know. And it's one of my favorite songs right there, that Jamie Johnson. But it's true, because I was just at somebody's house the other day. I ain't gonna mention no names, but he's an ex-Vietnam, you know, veteran. And when he talked, it made me listen. You know, I like hearing what he had to say and see his perspective of when he was there. And it means so much, you know, and take the time. If you see somebody that was a veteran of any of the wars, take the time and spend a little time and talk to the fellas, you know, or the women too, because women serve too. Talk to them, you know, and tell them how much you appreciate them, you know, and be sincere about it. You know, don't go there and just, thank you. They hear it all the time. You know, a lot of guys hear it all the time, but if you really mean it, and from the bottom of your heart, and tell them, say, look, I really appreciate this, and I really appreciate what you did. You know, and it's genuine. When you say it, it means a whole lot more, you know. But, yeah, I'm just sitting here waiting on the rain, y'all. Waiting on the rain to be done with. I got steaks up there that's marinating. I got shish kebabs up there that I've put together, skewers. I've got shrimp up there. I've got plenty of cold beer. I don't drink a lot of beer, y'all, but I got it right here. You know, I might drink a couple tonight, but I'm not a big drinker, you know, every once in a while. Especially when I got my daughter, I don't drink much at all. You know, I drink Pepsis and Cokes, some sweet tea or something. You know, if you come down south, you come down here to Florida, we got sweet tea down here. And our sweet tea down here is a lot different than you get sweet tea up north. It's sweet down here, y'all. Ask anybody. If it ain't sweet to where it tastes like syrup, it ain't sweet tea if it ain't like that down here in the south. But, yeah, I just wanted to make a video, and I'm pretty sure y'all, all the news that I would tell y'all about the Joe Biden being an idiot, all the stuff that's going on, y'all already know it. You've already heard it. I don't want to sound like a broken record and just tell you over and over, but y'all know what's going on. You know, we got to stand up to it. The red wave's coming, y'all. The red wave's coming. Y'all just got to hold on. Hold on and do the right things. You know, don't make no hasty decisions about anything, but be ready. And, you know, a lot of things are going on out there in our country. You know, a lot of crime and stuff like that. And it's coming even in my state, like in Florida. a lot of the crime that's coming from these Democrat states are coming to our state too. I mean, stupid crimes, you know, that where people's doing dumb stuff, you know. So make sure y'all carry your concealed weapons, you know, and just watch yourself when you go out there in public. You know, that's the biggest thing. But man, I tell you what, it's been a hot day. I got some sun today, y'all. Y'all see all this red on my face? I was out there swimming in the lake, and man, whew, it's been hot down here. Super hot down here, you know. And you know, I've been just doing my thing today, you know, doing my little chores and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna make some more. I want to make some good videos and do some things, but I got so much going on, y'all. I try to get, you know, videos when I can and stuff like that. But you know, really, you know, as Americans, we take for granted a lot of times our freedoms. You know, I talked to a guy today, and he was Cuban, and he told me, he says, Philip, he says, man, in my country, you only get like 2 or 3 eggs. They limit on how many eggs they can get. They limit on how much cooking oil they can have. And he says, I can firsthand tell people that, you know, socialism isn't no good. I can tell people that. And I said, well, you know what? The Cubans, the South American people that's from these countries, that's lived in these countries that are socialism and the communism, y'all need to speak up, man. You know, y'all need to speak up. Y'all need to help the Republicans and help people, the conservative Republicans. Y'all need to go and tell these stupid ass people that they need to go against these Democrats that's pushing this socialism stuff, man. You know, who's the better messenger to tell people about socialism than somebody that's from Cuba or somebody that's from Venezuela? Y'all are. You know, the Spanish people, the South American people. Y'all are the best people to tell the story. You know? And I'm pretty sure y'all seen a couple days ago, y'all seen that Nancy Pelosi elbow that little girl? Or kind of push her out with her elbow? Talking about she was helping her get in the frame so that she could make sure she was in the picture. Y'all believe that? Come on. She hates people. She is evil. Evil enough to push that little kid. I can tell you right now, I'm surprised that mother or that father of that little child didn't whoop her ass. You know, because that's bull. That little girl's up there standing to get a picture with her family and Nancy Pelosi, and Nancy Pelosi's such a witch that she elbows the little girl out of the way. Who does that? If you'd have touched my kid, you'd been wearing an ass whipping. And sorry for the cussing, but it's true. You know, I mean, these people, man, these Democrats, man, that's all they push. You know, they want the black vote, they want the brown vote, and they say how much they're going to do for you and what they're going to, and they do nothing for y'all. They do absolutely nothing for y'all. They're racist. They're the racists. They're the ones that started the Klan as a Democrat. Y'all need to start researching this. These people that are Democrats and these black folks and these brown folks, y'all need to research Joe Biden and see what he said years ago. And research Nancy Pelosi and see how much they did for y'all. Quit just giving these people your votes. Y'all vote for what's right. Y'all know what's right. Y'all know it ain't right that cities are burned down and there's on a weekend, there's 40 people getting shot. Y'all know that ain't right. Y'all know that we have to have law and order in our country for things to work out. It ain't perfect. You know, the laws of this land ain't perfect. And our court system ain't perfect. But it's pretty dang good. You know, it's pretty dang good. It can get better with the right people. And them judges up there, whoa, hey, the judges up there are dropping the hammer on them, boy. They are dropping them. Conservative judges are dropping it, putting it. Hey, but they're making the right choices. They're making the right choices for our country. Because they've seen that far left stuff None of that far left stuff works, y'all. None of it works. And they know it doesn't work. And they still try to push it. And also, what do y'all think about old Joe Biden? That gets up there and they didn't give him his notes. He didn't even know what to say. What do y'all think about that? Oh, robot. He's a robot. He can't function without his program. You know what I mean? Stupid, man. Stupid. But I hate to talk politics today because it ain't about politics today. It ain't about nothing but you spending time with your family. Teach your children about our heroes. Teach our children about our heroes. Our forefathers. The guys that basically made the Constitution, stood up for this country, fought for this country. Teach them about them. And also teach your children, too, about the men and women, the everyday folks like me and you that went in the military and served. My daughter, I want her to look up to a military guy. And she sees me go up to veterans and shake their hands and tell them that I love them and that I'm glad that they stood up for our country. And I appreciate their service. And I mean it with my heart. And they know it. They know it. When you say it to them, they're supposed to know. They know. They know whether you mean it or not. You know, and you can see it in their eyes. You can see it in the men and women's eyes when you tell them that. And you mean it. You can see that they understand. You know, when you see them fireworks go up tonight, it ain't just pretty colors and popping and just, you know, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, no. Think about them guys that were on them Navy ships. And stuff was exploding. Think about them guys in the foxholes in the Second World War. Shrapnel going everywhere. Stuff blowing up. Stuff happening. Think about that. That's what it's all about. When you hear them booms, when you hear boom, 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 and pops and cracks and all that, that was because of war. That was because of war. And you had men and women in that. So think about it. When you look at them pretty fireworks that shoot in the air and you hear them crackling and popping and making the loud noise, that was nothing. What you just seen that just blew up and went off, that was nothing. But that's a reminder. That's a reminder what our men and women have went through. That's just a little, that's just a little bit of it. Imagine these men and women that went over there and fought wars and stuff's blowing up. Rockets are blowing up. Stuff's exploding. Gunfire. Pow, 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 pow. You know, think about that. Think about it. I don't let my daughter put earplugs in, y'all. When them fireworks are popping off, no. I want her to hear how loud that is. And I tell her, I said, you know, the men and women that fought in wars, it was worse than that. The loudness and the popping and cracking was worse than that. And they were risking their lives for me and you. And I tell her, me and you, they're risking our lives for our freedoms and for everybody's freedom in this country. You know? And you know, I'm so glad they did. And the families, the sacrifice of the families of the members that went into the military, you know, because they sacrificed a lot too. Whether that was your daughter, your brother, your son, you know, whether you was a father, uncle, or whatever, the sacrifice, y'all. And I want to give a shout out to a couple people in my family that was in the military. My cousin Nick, my second cousin Nick Root, we appreciate your service. My nephew, Logan, we appreciate his service. He was in the Army. Nick was in the Marines. You know, and we have to remember these people, y'all. We have to remember these people and think about it. And say prayers for them, you know. Say prayers for them. And say prayers for the soldiers that's there today. You know, because they're getting them all wound up into stuff over across the pond over there. You know, so say prayers for these people. When you see people out in public, whether they're current military or veterans, talk to them and tell them you appreciate them, that you love them. They're Americans. When it comes to war, and we got to fight for this country, it doesn't matter. Color doesn't matter. None of that matters. That man that's in that foxhole, or that man that's up here holding that gun for me, or getting ammo, or doing what he's doing, and we're having to fight for this country, something goes wrong, we're all going to fight for this country. It ain't going to be just our military. Everybody that's American is going to fight. Color has nothing to do with that. If you're American, I love you. And I don't care if you're white, black, purple, green, whatever. If you're American and you got American blood and you love this country, I love you. And I don't care what color you are, and I don't care how much crap that they push. Joe Biden and them left, I don't care how much crap they push. If you're American, I care about you. And I love you. We need to quit with all this division. We need to quit with all that. If you're American, you live in America, and you're American, you stand up for this country. And you stand up against tyranny, because there's a lot of tyranny going on and stuff that ain't right. You know, I just think about it. So much stuff's in my head I can't even convey what I want to say. I'm not the best speaker in the world, y'all. I do my best to talk, to try to convey my feelings and what I have to say, but I'm not the best at all. I'm just an amateur guy, regular guy. But I'll tell you what, be careful out there. Be careful out there what you're going to do tonight. You know, and enjoy the freedoms that a lot of people in this world never has. We're the last country that's got the freedoms that we have. We're the light that shines bright in the world. There's some people out there who would love to have a fraction of the freedom that we have. A fraction, because they don't have it. They can't say what they want to say. They can't do what they want to do. They can't buy what they want to buy. They're controlled. We're so lucky to live in this country, a beautiful country like this. Even at the worst times. Even at the worst times with an idiot in office that's trying to destroy our country. I love this country and I'll fight for it. And whatever it takes. You know? So, man, just enjoy it. Just enjoy this time. Just enjoy this 4th of July. And have a good time. Say prayers. Think when you see them fireworks going off, or you're going downtown and they're shooting fireworks off tonight, the big fireworks, or you know, or I know the town I'm from, they shot a military cannon off for every state. You know, they'd say the state, they'd shoot the cannon off, say the state. And buddy, when I'm sitting there, I remember as a kid, you know, being at the Civic Center. That's where they used to do it at ours. They had like a little fair and stuff, and they'd shoot fireworks all over the lake, and everybody would be there, and they have vendors. You could buy food and drinks, and you could lay down a blanket, and you could watch the fireworks and all that. But I remember as a kid hearing them call them names out and fire them cannons off. And I like to be close. When I was a kid, I like to be close and feel it. When that cannon goes boom, you could feel the percussion on your chest. And I remember as a kid, and you know, even as a kid, I understood what the 4th of July stood for. Even as a kid. Because you know what? My parents and my family always taught me about it. Always taught me about freedom. Always taught me that we're lucky. And to stand for this country and what's right. But that's not everybody's mindset these days. We got people out here that stomps on that American flag when it's on fire. Burns it. In the streets, burns our American flag. But if you burn my American flag and I'm around, somebody's going to get an ass whooping. And I hate to cuss and I hate to sound like that, but I ain't gonna put up with it. If I'm around and you burn that American flag or you disrespect that flag, I'm kicking somebody's ass. And that's the bottom line. And you can do what you want to do. Pistol, knife, whatever you got, I don't care what you bring. You better bring something. But I love this country, and I love them colors. I love them colors. That American flag, I love it. As you can tell, I love it. Look, colors there. Over here, I got the American flag. Man, I love the American flag. I love the colors. And I love what we stand for. And I love the men and women that did so much to keep it free and to fight for it. Our freedom has been paid in by blood. Our freedom has been paid by blood. Men has died over that flag. Men has died. Men has bled. Men has cried. Men has lost arms and legs and half their face and ears over that flag. Over them colors. And some piece of trash wants to protest and act stupid and burn that American flag on that ground? Don't think so. So y'all have a safe 4th of July. Stand for what is right. Remember the men and women. Remember our forefathers. Teach your children about them. That's a big thing. Teach your children growing up about them. I knew we were taught, and I probably know that y'all were taught. But the little kids that's out here, the little children, teach them about them. Teach them about the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marines, and the men and women that stand up for this beautiful country, and so we can have rights, and so we can live to be free. Teach them about them. Make them want to do the same. Stand up for what's right all the time, y'all. Never give up on this country. Never give up. No matter how bad it gets, no matter how bad this country gets, never give up on this country. I won't. And I know it's going to get pretty bad, but I'll never give up on this country. It's something that I always fight for. You know, I know some people says, "Oh, it's too late. Our country's in the ground. You know, we're done. We're done." Buddy, we don't give up like that. Don't give up like that. Don't give up on this country. Enjoy the 4th of July, y'all. I love y'all so much. Be careful. Have fun. Eat you some food. Drink you some drinks. Spend time with your family. But remember, think about what it cost us. Think about what it cost the men and women to make it this way for us. Think about that. And say a prayer. You know, it's deep. It's deep stuff. You really sit back and you think about it, man, that's deep stuff. But you know what? It's true. But I gotta go, guys. I gotta see if it's still raining out there. I got steaks to cook, y'all. I'm ready to eat, man. I'm hungry. I'm fat. You know, that goes together. Also, got my Mark Hatfield shirt on. Hey, if you want a shirt like that, go to the Sweeter Side of the Feud on Facebook or Google it or whatever. Mark Hatfield. Sweeter Side of the Feud, Winery and Distillery. You can get you a Mark Hatfield shirt or a hat or get you some moonshine or get some char in a jar. He's got all different flavors, y'all. You're going to find something you're going to like. You know? But support him. We love you. Pastor Steve, we love you, brother. Keep doing your thing. David Jones, we love you. Waterbug, we love you. Donald Wiseman, love you, brother. Y'all all take care. If y'all need anything, let me know. Hit me up. Don't be scared to call me. And all my subscribers out there, I love y'all. Give me a thumbs up. Share me out. Tell your friends about me. I need my channel to grow. My channel ain't growing that much, y'all. I guess nobody likes me. I don't know. Or maybe it's just slow. But anyways, until next time, I'll see y'all later. See ya.